And now Clemson is dealing with being crushed by Syracuse. And this was absolutely insane. No one saw it coming. I don't care who you are, but it had a lot to do with Eric Dungey and his performance. Also had a lot to do with Kelly Bryant going down. Dabo Swinney discussing where they go from here.
A lot of pain in our locker room, and but listen, this is a story about Syracuse. This ain't about Clemson. This is about Syracuse. They outplayed us, outcoached us, and give them a ton of credit. This was a football game that they just flat out wanted more than we did, and that's 100% on me. We had a bunch of penalties. Third down, we couldn't stop them, and we couldn't stay on the field on third down. Just didn't do the things that you got to do to win games. So that's my responsibility.
Look at this. This is what happened. Syracuse, a team that you couldn't. I mean, we had a show on Friday, Laura. I don't think we mentioned this game other than in passing. That was one of the biggest wins this program has had. The program has had tradition, but lately it has all gone away, and Dino Babers certainly has made a name for himself.
But, Paul, you said that maybe Clemson was going to run into a loss somewhere. I don't think you thought it was going to be Syracuse.
No, I definitely thought they would lose somewhere. But let's welcome in Coach Babers to the program. Coach, first of all, let us be the last ones to congratulate you. I can only imagine what it's been like since Friday night.
Well, Paul, thank you so much. This is an honor. I mean, to be on your show, it means you've either done something really, really good or you've done something really, really bad. So,
well, Coach, let me make it simple for you. You've done something really, really good.
Well, thank you.
What's it been like since Friday night?
Not a lot of rest. It's been really hectic. I think all the interviews with the press got done around 12:30 in the morning. By the time I got home, had my little fried noodles and watched the game again. Went down, I don't know, somewhere between 3:30 in the morning, and then I had to wake back up and do recruiting in the state of New York. So I flew out to the state of New York all day, and then I got back in. We had 3 recruits in that weekend, so I had recruiting dinners on Saturday, recruiting breakfast Sunday morning. Once the recruits flew off, I had to go back and regrade the tape offensively, defensively, special teams to go through with the coaches, and then watch it again one more time before I sat down with the players Sunday at 3 o'clock. And now we're in breakdowns for Miami. So I'm a little tired, but I'm going to get over it.
Yeah, Coach, I bet recruiting was pretty easy for those visits after that huge win. But I'm interested in your quarterback and what Eric Dungey has done there. What can you say about him in just an incredible performance against a very good Clemson defense?
Well, that as we say in the state of New York, he's the straw that stirs the drink. And last year we went into Clemson, we took out a lot of his plays because we just couldn't lose him. It was going to be a hard game to win, and we were going to let him play, but we weren't going to expose him. And we went about 14 plays before they knocked him out of the game. I believe he got knocked out of the game on the 14th play. He never played again the rest of the season, and we went 0 for November and missed going to a bowl game. And our big thing this week was, even though our fans, I don't think they really wanted us to do it, is that we were going to play him as a normal guy and let the man upstairs handle whether he survives it or not. And Lord and behold, he goes out and have a game of the ages.
Coach, a couple of things after the game. One, Dabo Swinney coming in and wishing your players well. And secondly, that incredible scene that has now gone viral, but we've shown a million times on ESPN of, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I do want you to explain it to the rest of us.
Well, first of all, that's something I've done for a while, and I've done it with all my teams. I had to get, I stole it for another coach, but I also asked for permission before I used it because I thought it was one of the coolest things I've ever saw. But when it came to Dabo talking to the team, I was actually gone to my press conference already, so I wasn't in the locker room when he was in there, and I did not hear what he said, and the other coaches were in the locker room, were getting showered. But I asked some of the players, and I saw some of the players off their tweets that they did on social media, and they got a charge out of it, and they have a lot of respect for him. And I have a lot of respect for Dabo as well. And if I would have been there and he would have asked to talk to my team, I'd have said, heck yeah, go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned you've already turned the page to preparing for Miami. What's the thought process there, and how do you take this team down?
You know, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, you're playing another fine opponent. You're talking about some of the best athletes in the United States of America and around that university and in that state, and especially southern Florida. And they're fast, they're quick. Mark Richt is a fabulous coach. This is, he's not a young guy trying to cut his teeth. He's been around. He knows exactly what he's doing. You can't do anything that he hasn't seen before. And he's got a top 10 team that's undefeated. And they're making a national championship run like they used to do in the old days. And I guess we're just coming down there, and we're another one of those teams that are going to be playing them at their place. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, final question. I'm not a food critic. I'm a college football analyst. But go back to what you said. You got home after the game, and you had your fried noodles. What exactly is that?
Inquiring minds need to know, Coach.
All right, Paul. This is you may not. I'm going to give you the lowdown on the fried noodles. Fried noodles started as a college student when you didn't have enough money, and basically the noodles are ramen. You know those things you can get for 13 cents and 12 cents, and you can get the chicken flavor, the beef flavor, or the Asian flavor or Oriental flavor with the little package in there that you boil.
Coach, you've never heard of beer and pizza after a game? I mean, what's wrong with that?
No.
Ramen's even cheaper, okay?
No. Well, I'm not done yet. Wait a minute. So you got to boil the noodles, okay? And when it started early in my coaching career. We didn't have any money, so the meat in the noodles was fried bologna and hot dogs.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
So you would fry the bologna, chop it up, and put it in there with the noodles. You'd boil the hot dogs, chop it up, and put it in the noodles, and that was the meal. Okay, that was the meal when we got started. Now the meat is like shrimp, steak, Italian sausages.
Okay. So you're not letting go of it, though, huh?
No, but we still put the 27 or the 27 cents or the 33 cents noodles in there with all those other types of meat. And then you boil all of it, you cook all the meat, and then you drop it into a really hot skillet and fry the noodles for a period of time and throw it on your plate hot on top of about 3 egg whites that you drop down there. So on the bottom of that is an egg white with the noodles and the meat. You put it all together, and you eat that with your favorite iced tea after a win. Fried noodles.
Coach, Paul and I are going to cook up our own version of that, and we will send you a photo, and you'll have to critique our fried noodle technique.
Anthony Bourdain just texted me for your number. He wants to do a special on this. Coach, thank you. I could talk to you all forever, but they're telling me we only have an hour in the show. But I hope you'll come back, and congratulations again. Regardless of what happens the rest of the way, you made a lot of people's night with your dance after the game, and now the fried noodle story. It's going viral.